In almost every AI engineering interview, there's a moment where they ask, should you use RAG or fine-tuning? And it's a trap, not because it's hard, but because most people answer the wrong question. They start debating which one is better when the interviewer is testing whether you understand they solve completely different problems. Confuse them and you look junior. Get the distinction clean and you sound like someone who has actually built this. So let's make it clean, with one analogy you will not forget. Here's the analogy. Imagine you hire a brilliant new employee, sharp, well-educated, but brand new to your company. There are two completely different things they might be missing. One, they don't know your specific facts, your internal docs, this quarter's numbers, your product catalog. Two, they don't know your style, how your company writes, the format of your reports, the way your team talks. Those are two different gaps, and RAG and fine-tuning each fix one of them. Get this, and you get the whole answer. RAG fixes the knowledge gap. It stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, but forget the words. Picture your new employee with a search bar into your company wiki. When you ask a question, before they answer, they look it up, pull the 3 most relevant documents, and answer from those. The model's brain never changes. You're just handing it the right pages at the right moment. That's RAG. The AI retrieves your facts, then generates its answer using them. New facts show up the instant you add them to the wiki. Nothing gets retrained. Fine-tuning fixes the other gap, skill and style. This is not about facts, it's about behavior. You take the base model and you train it further, on thousands of examples of the exact kind of output you want. Show it 1,000 of your support tickets answered perfectly, and it learns your tone, your format, your way of handling things baked into the weights. It's the difference between handing someone a document to read and sending them to a month of training. One changes what they can look up, the other changes how they work. So here's the decision rule that lands the answer. Does the problem sound like the model needs to know something? Facts, documents, data that changes, anything where being current matters? That's RAG. Does it sound like the model needs to behave a certain way? A consistent format, a specialized tone, a skill it's not doing reliably? That's fine-tuning. Knowledge, reach for retrieval. Behavior, reach for fine-tuning. Say those 2 sentences in the interview and you've already beaten most candidates. Now, the part that makes you sound senior, the honest trade-offs. RAG is the usual first move, and for good reason. It's cheaper, you can update facts instantly, and because it answers from real documents, you can trace where an answer came from, which matters enormously for trust. Its weakness, every question now drags a pile of retrieved text along with it, so it uses more of the context window, and it's only as good as your retrieval. If the search pulls the wrong pages, the model confidently answers from the wrong pages. Fine-tuning strength is a model that just does the right thing. No extra documents needed, often faster and cheaper per call. Its cost. You need a real dataset, it takes real effort, and the moment your facts change, your fine-tune is stale. You do not fine-tune to teach facts that change. That's the classic mistake. And the answer that actually ends the interview? Recognizing it's usually not either or. The strongest systems use both. You fine-tune the model to nail your tone and format and reliably follow instructions, and you use RAG to feed it fresh, specific facts at the moment of each question. Fine-tune the behavior, retrieve the knowledge. A support bot that sounds exactly like your best agent and always quotes the current policy. When a candidate reaches for both and can say why, the interviewer stops testing and starts recruiting. 2 mistakes to never make, because interviewers wait for them. 1, trying to fine-tune facts into a model. People think if I just train it on our data, it'll know our data. But training teaches patterns, not a reliable lookup, and the instant a fact changes, it's wrong, silently. Facts belong in retrieval. 2, jumping to fine-tuning first because it sounds more advanced. The vast majority of the time, a good RAG setup, or honestly just a better prompt, solves the problem for a fraction of the cost. The senior instinct is to reach for the simplest thing that works, and only escalate when you have to. So there's the whole answer, clean. RAG gives the model knowledge it can look up, fine-tuning gives it a skill it performs. Knowledge, retrieve, behavior, fine-tune, and the best systems do both. This was episode 4 of our AI Careers series, the role, the decomposition round, evals, and now this. And if you want to truly understand what fine-tuning changes inside a model, and why retrieval works the way it does, that's exactly what our full free course covers, lesson by lesson, on the channel. Subscribe, and walk into that interview ready.